The UK's Channel 4 aired a current affairs special called Will AI Take My Job?, which fronted by viewers believing a human presenter was doing all the work, and the closing reveal showed that the anchor was a fully AI generated person, not real at all, a generated voice, generated images, walking through scenes that were all created via computer. The network framed the move as a one-off demonstration to test audience trust and spotlight AI realism, essentially proving their point in how good AI could be to take their normal jobs when it could essentially take the job of a person airing actual news coverage to the world. Executives said the stunt was designed to provoke debate, not replace journalists. The ad presenter appeared across multiple locations with natural voice and on-camera delivery, and as I said, was not real. Now, what they did and why they did it is a bit of a mishmash. Channel 4 said the experiment was much about media literacy and the risk of mistaking synthetic personals for real people as it was a stunt. Leaders stressed that they won't make this a habit of AI hosts and reaffirmed that the commitment to fact-checking and reporting. In fact, everything was checked in the reporting. All work was done was legit. Just the reporter doing the stories was not. The special explored AI's impact on jobs in law, medicine, and media, then pulled the curtain back to show a big deal with law and media, where a media person who didn't exist gave you the rundown of what could happen. The reel actually aimed to give viewers a concrete example of how convincing today's tools can be, and it fooled a lot of people. The coverage across the trade and consumer outlets called the broadcast in UK's a first and placed it inside a water backlash of synthetic talent, like AI influencers, actors, experiments, and of course how Hollywood is fighting to keep AI voices and images and likenesses from taking over their roles and taking their money. Viewers' responses range from impressed to a little uneasy, maybe a lot uneasy, and some calling it terrifying and others praising the educational value of it. Hey, we just pulled something off on you guys, so that's great. We know to look better. Or, hey, you pull it off on us. That means more things could come. The moment actually arrives where a complaint about deepfakes misuse will come to us, and public anxiety is rising about that. But for right now, this is a one-off. This is a anomaly. This is something that really is a little hard to keep up. Although you may watch various things. I watch an AI parody newscast that does a great job of showing all the intricacies of what's going on. You know, lights in people's glasses, shadows behind the scenes, things going off so it looks like real people, except a little bit extra glossy because of, you know, AI stuff. I know it's fake because it's a parody. It's meant to be fake and show fake things. This one, not quite the same, as it was meant to show you exactly how a real version of a person would look, and it did the job well. Supporters say the stunt was controlled, and this can build on resilience, teach detection skills, and pressure platforms and regulators to keep up with what's going on, making sure that people don't use this power for bad and not good. There are critics that such realism blurs the lines of reality, normalizes synthetic anchors, and would erode trust in authentic reporting, especially when deepfakes already target public figures and news events as it is. UK security officials have separately warned about AI's misuse and influence and cyber operations, underscoring the policy's stakes. Now, Channel 4 had previously tested boundary-pushing deepfake storytelling, drawing both praise and legal ethics, so this is not new to them. This new shot was a very good example of how good it could be and how scary that is. The context that raises the scrutiny on the safeguards and consent and disclosures is something that's actually important and something they really wanted to actually push, not just this new anchor that they're not bringing out again, they promise. After the stunt was over, the broadcast reiterated human-led journalism was what's behind the actual scene, remains the core of what they do. So the goal was to show, not tell, the risks, their words. Expect follow-ups on standards for labeling, archiving, and preventing clip-out misuse beyond original content. Media literacy and accessibility is a thing to worry about in times like these, where so much going on, where deepfakes and just misinformation is spreading so quickly. It's hard to know what is real when you have a person telling you things that sound very real, that isn't real, that blurs lines even more. Carefully marked demonstrations can teach viewers how AI tools in sound and look and how you can see the difference, and help people spot the fakes and keep expanding on accessibility, because things like this actually help out. Having an AI on demand, something that could actually read things in more or less real time without a lot of actual editing, a lot of actual workup, not makeup in cameras, can actually give you more access to news data. The problem is trust and misuse. Yes, a real person can lie just as easy as a fake AI can do, but a real person eventually gets caught, has thoughts and feelings, emotions, have to deal with it and make things happen. The speed in which AI can create things, this one not quite as fast because it took a lot of effort and a lot of manpower, a lot of water wasted to produce it. The speed of these things to be done and the speed of what they can be spread over the internet is what's really scary. So synthetic news, fake news, all the anchors that seem real that aren't, are going to be something that's going to fuel the future of this information and scare us the hell in the near future and hopefully far out future when we deal with these things for real. As a person who's here on the internet reading this thing and stumbling over my words, it's really it's a crapshoot. It's sort of a here and there. I have used AI voices and tried to use AI pieces to speed up some production for things in the process, and the differences in something being AI and being real is noticeable. However, the AI doesn't mess up names and stumble as many words as I do. They do stumble words and do things and sound kind of odd, but it is more time. I can type in my script, hit a button, and in about 2 minutes, what I've recorded so far in 6, almost 7 minutes, can be completed, and I can use it ready to go, upload and go, and just edit it from there, as opposed to reading it, hoping I get through it, pressing my cough button when I have issues, cutting it, editing it if something's wrong, redoing it if I don't like the take. This new thing is going to be a real deal, and the stunt by Channel 4 is not even the opening salvo. We've seen so many things that the people use for AI avatars that it's amazing how good they are so far. But it's also amazing how bad we are at spotting them and just how terrible we will be at understanding when they're not telling us actual good news, when they're telling us propaganda, and you can't trace them back to a person because they're computer generated. Your thoughts on the stunt, your thoughts on me stumbling words, your thoughts on AI coming to your news in the form of anchors and not just writing bad news copy like I get from my AI editors. Your comments, much warranted.